and we are going to be discussing more than just the highest of stake documentary. So please stick around, and I'll join you after the intro. Boom.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening wherever you are. The stream is about to start. Grab your favorite drink. Sit back and relax. You're chilling with Hex Asians. With your host, Crypto Vince, Uncle Kevin Hex, and middle class working man.
Hex Asians? Nice.
Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa! Emotional damage. Give me sushi!
Well, namaste Hexasians. How's everyone doing? Hopes everyone is having a wonderful day. While I hope a few more people join in chat, let me know in comments what you guys are drinking. I just had some pineapple juice a little while ago. See the price is going up, so I'm getting prepared. If you get the joke. Uh, for, I see Ahmed Nabil joining me. For the timing, it's only him. But see, usually, and he's drinking some lychee sparkling water. Uh, Good to know. Good to know. Now I'm going to ignore the chat for uh, because I want to go on a kind of a rant. I don't know if people will be joining because I think there is another live stream going on simultaneously. Anyways, but first of all, I think when people read the title, an honest review of the highest of six, people would be asking me, why are you doing this now? It's always over. For that, I have a very simple answer.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
That could be interpreted as such, but no, like where was I? The thing is, I watched the movie twice. Both the times I wasn't able to watch it at one go, and I was wondering if it was just me who was that way, or like, because most of the reviews I'm getting were from, of course, from Hexicans, and they were all good, but I kind of thought a lot about why it's going on, like what I didn't like about the movie. So I want to clear these things, get these things out of my mind. Like, first of all, when the movie starts, um, or rather when it started, like the opening question in the movie is explain in one word, Richard Hart, or I think explain hex in one word. And straight off the bat, I'm like, yeah, 2 years of like rigorous testing, ongoing events, uh, all the nuance, shed it off, and explain everything in just one word. I like it gave me a bad feeling that this is not the right direction in which the documentary is going. Like, uh, so that was the first thing that made me react. They, then of course the people started uh, giving their opinions, like words. I won't say the exact things, but I think everybody had seen that clip. uh, what do you think about Richard Hart? He's God, kind. And at at that point, I was like, oh my God! I literally shut down my laptop and went out for a walk. I couldn't take the cringe, like. But then I thought, like, it wasn't actually a cringe kind of feeling. I want, like, thinking of how to explain it. Then the closest thing I could think of regarding it was, the uncanny valley kind of feeling. When there are, the uncanny valley is like when there are inanimate objects that are made to look like humans, but they aren't completely human. You get a creepy feeling about it. No, now I'm not saying the people in the film were looking inhuman, or, but it all kind of seemed like fake, s- maybe because they used, like, actual normal people instead of paid actors. uh, like they were all kind of caught up in the limelight, or had a, what do you call it, the camera consciousness, part of it, like, but some parts I definitely think were not done in one take. So that kind of fake feeling I couldn't get over. But then you go through the entire movie, and I'm like, see, this movie had a budget of nearly, I think, $500,000, if I remember correctly. That was how much the donations went through. Like, and they had such in his in his Ferrari, the F1 racing, or rather in the fancy cars. 90% of shot indoors, like So like maybe hired actors, or maybe actually I think if Sorry, I'm back. Yes, my bad internet is a ongoing trope on this channel. But I don't know why it always affects StreamYard exclusively. I can't do anything about it. It never I never have a problem watching other watching videos online or playing games, internet games. But where was I? What was I saying? Yes, I was saying the highest of stake. They had a $500,000 of budget. They could have hired a few better looking people on stage to be in the movie instead of some of the guys, like, or at least they could have searched for more better looking people in the community itself. And that is another grievance I have now. One thing, like, yes, if they took out a lot of footage from the movie, the I, the meme worthy material. There was I think there was a scene with RG3 and Rakam Rachel walking on the beach, which was made into a meme. They took that part out. They took Rakam Rachel out completely, which is kind of understood after he was being exposed as a serial entrepreneur. But they took out a lot of other things, like, at least, like, I think, like, exologists literally deserve to be in the film. Like, I think his character arc development would have made the movie much more interesting than what was presented. Uh, but that's my opinion, of course. But the thing is, it's kind of maybe I'll if I wait a minute, guys. I will switch to. I think I will switch off my camera, or should I? But wait, yes, this looks good. I will stop. So this way you can stare at the hex chart while I'm speaking. Where was I? Where was I? I was saying, yeah, they could have had better looking people in the film. The other thing I wanted to, like, they say the economics professor, who isn't Mont LeBlanc, Black Lobont, blah blah, whatever his name is. Like, he were a lot. I heard a lot of people saying, like, he was the best thing that came out of the film. So I was looking forward to his segment, and right off the bat he starts the with, like, what is the intrinsic value of hex. So, like, we use, like, when we use gold as money, there is intrinsic value. uh, it was Gold was used to replace barter, and I'm like, is this guy really an economics professor in 2023? The barter myth has been debunked numerous times. Yes, most prominently in, I think the book is called The Dawn of Everything. But even before that, first 5,000 years, which makes like there were never any civilizations that used barter as a at scale for commerce. So the dual coincidence of wants was propagated by economists to put like to enforce the standard kind of thing. Not, but so yeah, I didn't really like his take regarding wait a minute. I think this is better. Uh, yeah. So we have the story of put in all his money into Hex, and it kind of like feels. Uh, I think the musical score makes it feel sadder than it's actually is. Like, yeah, he put in his life savings. Those were savings he wasn't going to touch for a long time, anyways. So he still has had a source of income and what you call a loving family to support him. So it looks in the trailer, but the thing is, his RG3 is a friend, and uh, is what is stated in the movie. There is speculation going on that he is actually related to RG3, but we'll keep the speculation apart. But I don't get it. Like, what kind of a friend won't warn his friend, like, don't go all in? Like, I now this is again depends on your judgment. Like, uh, the thing is, I would never be able to tell anyone that yeah, put in all your life savings into crypto. But that's me. There are certain people who did do it, and one bigly, I would say, is like uh, I am risk averse. So actually, I I wouldn't things into even in hex. I would say like, but of uh, yeah. So that is another Then who is that? Kareem the Dream. So I think there is footage from the filming of that song. What's it called? Furu's Eulogy, which was like peak cringe. And if you see the date of the launch of the song and on the hex chart, it's like the kind of the peak of hex. It's like that song made the top kind of thing. So that adds to the cringe, at least because I know about it. uh, yeah, so overall it's, that movie leaves a bad. I was expecting like I would feel maybe mixed feelings, but no, it doesn't really give that good feeling. I The kid, because they watched it in the theater where they were surrounded as a conformity bias, or what you call it, confirmation effect. Uh, it's mostly seen in theaters, like where everybody cries together, kind of thing. But maybe that's the reason why I didn't feel any connection in the movie. So that was, but lastly, the thing I don't understand is whom is the movie targeted to? Hexicans, it definitely wasn't like you, um, like, how should I put it? No, Hexicans wouldn't be feeling that happy about the movie because most of the things we already know about. Uh, um, what Richard talks about, we have already heard through his live stream, so nothing new as such was spoken, and we already know the people in the mo- movie from live stream, so nothing new there as well. And if it was for no coiners, like it projects like a negative vibe more than like no coiner would feel like joining the community or buying hex for that matter after watching the film, like is what. Last thing I would say is, yeah, overall, uh, it was kind of overhyped, is what I feel. I wouldn't be showing it to any of my own. The I must say I haven't watched it yet, but your opinion sounds unbiased. So when I watch it, I'll think about it. So like as a Hexican, I would say it's worth watching for free. Uh, um, not I'm not going to pay for it. Or rather, I've already paid for it by buying Hex. uh, Other than that, yes, sticker app is going down, but we are going to have a web app that is coming up for sticker. We will have to wait. Is so till then, don't migrate anything. After I think it's on 20, you can follow them on Twitter for exact date. Uh, also reminded me one it move that they did it because Apple, especially, Apple has apps known as the core technology tax, or but it's in response to the new EU regulations for app markets, so they cannot have uh, exclusivity for apps app market, so they are now introducing an extra tax per download now. Of Given that it's mainly going to affect large scale apps, that is with millions of users, but still it is kind of what is known as rentier or rentier or uh, sorry, rentier cap. So like the Apple already charges fees for listing their app and for getting the sticker app off, at least from the Apple market. Because Apple is doing it, we will see other companies follow, like Google will also probably add it to it. So to its market. So better thing right now is the Pulse domains have launched. See, personally, I hate NFTs in general. Giving a readable title to your Pulse chain address is a good thing if you are an influencer. Maybe if you it would for a while asking for donations, it's easier to just state your Pulse chain domain instead of asking people to click a link. But yeah, see, we already have ETH domains for the past couple of years. We haven't, like, yeah, it died down quickly. So I don't know how popular Pulse chain domains are going to be, but yeah, they have added a additional kind of feature to it, that if you add .fyi to your Pulse chain domain, then you can set up a web page where you can list all your social media accounts and highlight your NFTs. So mm, up to you if you want to kind of highlight your address. I am not interested in it. The other thing that happened is with the Hex conference, Matty Allen has launched or added a Hex conference as a what you call institute or institution on X, formerly known as Twitter. So we can get all the speakers of the Hex conference can get a badge next to their verification name. So even though I like that Hex badge, I really don't want to be paying. I think it's $50 a month for a badge on Twitter. Like, see, I am not making many money, or rather, I don't plan to make any money from social media, which again, like, I have enough from what I'm earning from Hex and Pulse and Pulse X. So I'm happy. I don't accept any donations. And I have this experience like why do these so-called rich people from Hex always ask for donations, even with Matty Allen's what you call when he put out the invite to join the Hex conference institution, kind of like be verified via Hex conference. He put out a like donation address if you want other influencers to be able to get that. Why can't these influencers pay for like their own badge? It's $600 a year. It's it's not that much. Like, yes, $600 is a big amount. Like, it's a stimulus check if you can, if I'm correct. But the thing is, yeah, if you're going to be making money from Twitter or X, like, yeah, spending those $50 are going to be worth it. Hey, I see Hex Order joining me. Nice to see you. I'm the third like. Yeah, well, the third like. It sounds like the third Reich. But maybe it's a good name to catch on. But where was I? Yeah, if you I don't get it. Like, why are people always? Um, yeah, sounds like we are early or late. I don't know. Of course, we are. Well, Pulsion is less than like less than 9 months old. So yes, we are very early. Uh, that's a different also theory, like speculation. They might have lost everything. They might have spent everything. uh, we know lot of, or maybe they could have actually staked their hex, so they don't have anything liquid. So I don't know. And yeah, I see people are joining in now. Markavelli, pump it. Uh, which by the way, I shared the chart earlier. Bringing that up may take up my But so like on my previous stream, I did mention we are moving up wait wait a minute. See, uh, let me share. Uh, but I don't count it as. How do I zoom in? So here, if you can see, it it did drop below to around 6.666 cents. Not 6.666 cents. And it went back to 8 cents, point 0.8 cents. So my I don't catch the if you put your order at around 8 cents, you got filled, which is great, and we are now moving up the. If you can see the MACD, see it's closing in again, which is looking bullish, but this can again be a fake out. So don't wait. My assumption is we are going to see another huge pump around first or around February. Like that is when, at least that is when I am planning to buy. Spare change coming into my wallet, so I will look at into it again. So yeah, that so again I do these are candles. If we move to Haikanashi, can see these. This doesn't apply to Haikanashi candles, but usually three candles in a row are called green candles in a row are called three white soldiers. I see. Or so it's a. I consider it very bullish, but there will be people taking a stand against my prediction. Other than that, so we covered a Staker web app, we covered a pulse chain domains, we covered uh, yes, the Hex conference sticker for X. Then there is like there was another DEX that launched 9mm Pro, which is a fork of Uniswap V3. So it allows single-sided liquidity, which acts like limit orders. But we already have limit orders on tetra.unis. I guess I shared the link earlier. Tetra app. So that is see all. And recently I've been seeing rounds of Hexicans promoting the internet money wallet. See, I I tried the wallet on without adding a pulse to it. It's may like it's really not worth it in my opinion. If you aren't invested in the internet money wallet, or you didn't sacrifice for it, there is really no reason to be using it. Uh, like, yeah, it is designed by Hexicans for pulse chain, but there isn't really a big advantage to it. Everything, every other wallet works fine. Uh, then there is like there were people saying, yeah, we made a 4x the money on uh, their investment, and I looked at the chart. Uh, yeah, the chart is only going up since the past few weeks, and if you see the green candles, it's kind of corresponds with the pump in pulse chain. So if you had bought pulse chain or pulse x or hex at the same time, you would have made same amount of profit. So meh, uh, like, what else do I have to talk about? uh, see the, do we really need different types of wallets? Any advantage to it? So basically, it's not a I wouldn't say different. Uh, like there, just a sec. Parley from far away, you are probably a little behind. My audio does keep cutting off. I think I'm audible now. I hope so. So, or maybe a problem at your end. See, I was talking about wallets. Like, see, there is always going to now. Uh, this I would say, like, people will say I am trying to flood it, but there is always going to be a 0 day risk, is what I call. Like, any new software, there we don't know uh, what bug it can have, even if it has been running for a long time. Like, the best example I would give is like the they found a bug later. Luckily, most people weren't affected, so we never know. So any if but the thing is, yeah, MetaMask is like the industry leader, so I kind of trust it. I and most I think most wallets copy they are copying code from MetaMask. So no, while it's a different thing, MetaMask is trying to be adversarial to Pulse chain, but I don't think they were intentional. Like, I I recently heard this saying that don't attribute malice to what can be explained by stupidity. So basically, the problems with MetaMask not working for Pulse chain is um, not. I don't believe it's malicious intent from MetaMask people. It's just uh, they, they are not able to keep up with uh, Pulse chain. Uh, other so we really don't need as many wallets. And speaking of wallets, if you are investing more than I would say 1 week's salary. I used to say 2 weeks, but now I keep it to 1 week salary into crypto. You should get a hardware wallet uh, because you never know uh, when that money will change into life changing or wife changing money. So that's a thing. Yeah. So I think I've covered whatever I wanted to say so far. Other than that, yeah, I have an obligation to I, I have an obligation to be promoting the Hex Guild, uh, where so the Hex Guild t.me dot slash one last thing that's going on is the Pulse Chain tour is on its way. People renting exotic vehicles and So hopefully I'm back for good. Wait, please. Yeah, I will end this stream in a couple of minutes, but I don't get it. Like, why is it that every time my I realize that the PC is trying to update in the background, so that's what is causing this stream thing. Yeah, so before going off, like I was, let me check what was in chat. Sticker app web app version has been working lovely, able to mint Hedron on both chains. Uh, yes, I think we discussed it earlier, uh, but I'm going to miss the mobile app. You know, I'm still miss the days when the Hex and Pulse were pumping and everybody was kind of. At least I remember refreshing sticker app every few minutes. With the good old days. Other than that, yeah, before that, I was talking about the Pulse Chain tour, people renting out exotic rentals, all seems cool. Hopefully, they onboard new people into Hex and Pulse Chain. I prefer, like, I always say this, like, my biggest bag is Hex, so I always want people to be promoting Hex and buying more Hex. Uh, but uh, apparently, not everybody wants that. Uh, uh, like, and now people are started to shill their NFTs uh, up to each one, I guess. But that's a story for another time. Like, is this tour actually helping the price of Hex and Pulse Chain? Like, or is it just coincidental? Is it like getting new people into Pulse Chain or crypto in general? Or is it just Hexicans and Pulsicans who are going to these tours and spending their money for what? I, I still am conflicted. Any, but yeah, the last thing I wanted to say, like, I had put in the hashtags in there. So there is like this new video game that came out last week, maybe a couple of weeks ago. It's called Pal World, PAL World, and it has been nicknamed as uh, Pokemon with guns. And there is this huge controversy. Like, they took a lot of like the character animation is kind of a copy of Pokemon, but Nintendo hasn't yet sued it, and it's probably because they are kind of protected under parody law, and which Nintendo knows is okay, but apparently it's a small studio that released the game. Like, when you compare it to with other AAA games, and apparently one of the coders of that now a multi-million dollar game was working as on the game part time while also working as at a convenience store. So it's kind of a, if you go and read the Hmm. Hey, Hexonair is here. Nice to you. If you missed the review, okay, watch it on 2x speed late. Uh, you can probably be able to catch up. Markel is saying top bags seem to just want people in crypto, whether it's a scam coin or not. EX for the win. Yes, like I don't distinguish between EX and PX. I love them both, but see, EX is the first, so I'm always biased towards it. Yeah, Ahmed is saying Palo World. I want to try it out, but currently I'm playing a different game, so I don't have enough disk space. So maybe soon. Plus, it costs I think $30, which I'm not willing to spend right now. But I'll think about it. The other thing I was talking about is VR headsets, or rather the Apple Vision Pro. People are it's already sold out. People are buying it. So where is the recession? Where is the slump in the economy? See, I hope people got the satire that yeah, even though we are seeing in like prices rising, unemployment, people, the rich aren't being affected. There are like luxury goods are being sold at like mm, luxury goods being sold hasn't been affected as far as the we, Apple products are concerned. Like I really don't know whether the sales numbers are correct. Like, are these actually individuals buying, or these are just like what you call? Forgot the term. People are just stockpiling these VR so that they can uh, sell it for a higher later. But I think this is what we saw for the PS5, so it is going to happen for the Vision Pro as well. Hopefully, like I don't have interest in buying that right now. Maybe later. I think I kind of have a business idea of having a cyber cafe with uh, Apple Vision Pros. VR cafe. I think that kind of thing still does exist with other VR goggles, but Apple, it could be charging premium. Nice business idea. I think I once again I am sorry for the choppy stream because of my bad internet. I blame Bill Gates uh, for Windows update causing the laggy stream. Other than that, I hope to see you guys on Wednesday or Thursday on the Hex Guild channel. Uh, that is about it. I hope you guys liked it. If not, it's okay. You can continue. Anyways, yes, the last thing I forgot to talk about was the one of the our founder members of the Hexations crypto wins was on a live stream with KTP. I think the channel on a different channel. I think it's crypto class 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 or class or whatever. I don't give a care about the pronunciation. I don't respect English. Uh, so, anyways, if you haven't, do give that a like. And at the end of the day, don't fumble your bags. We are, according to my reading or astrology zodiac, we are at going to see a extremely bull market. Next week I think it's the 9th of February is the Chinese New Year. So we will do predictions of the Chinese New Year on the next live stream. So do join me at that time. That's about it. Yeah, and at the don't fumble your bags. And where is the outro? I'm I'm going to use this new song uh, which I played last week for the outro. Yeah, because I feel pumped up listening to it. Let's see.